I'm gonna do a little bit of a video on Rift, the basics, you know, kind of a primer to the new Rift enthusiast. Basically, it should give you an idea of what the game's about, give you a little sneak peek at higher level awesomeness, and, yeah, hopefully give you an informed, educated decision on whether or not you want to play this game among others or instead of others. Now, to avoid controversy, I won't be naming any other games. There is more than one. Like some of you may not realize, but anyway, I'd like to say this game is alright. It's pretty fucking great for being the first, couple weeks of release. It is incredibly stable. There's tons of content, whether you're leveling or, like, I haven't reached endgame yet, so I can't technically talk about it, but apparently there's all kinds of stuff to do at endgame as well. So basically, I'm just going to go over the basics in this video, show you a little bit of combat, stuff like that. But later on you can expect other videos, and can only get better. So, basics. Hi, I'm a paladin. Okay, so when you first start the game and you're creating your character, first you choose your faction. Obviously choosing your server, but you choose your faction. There's Guardians or Defiants. The Guardians are the noble knight driven by the gods. Not necessarily religious, going around preaching. They're just the hand of the creators, I guess. Like, they kill stuff because they're told to by people. Yeah. And then the Defiants make machines, and they use these machines to create all kinds of goodies, like soul-sucking machines and things of that nature. But yeah, so basically I'm just gonna go ahead and say Guardians are superior to everything. Like, straight up. That's where it's at. Guardians are better, in my opinion, but you're free to make your own choices. Next up, I guess I'll go over classes. Well, I kind of fucked up. You know what? Fuck it, I'm doing it live. Basically, there's 3 races per faction. I'm not going to describe each race. You can go over it yourself. There's dwarves, there's elves, there's humans, there's darker elves, there's blue elves, there's purple elves, there's elves everywhere. And basically you can pick one of those races, obviously, and then you completely customize your face. Like I have, to create this atrocity onto human life. Now, for the actual, the part that's going to interest people. The part that people usually play games for instead of going through and looking, oh, look, I can be this guy. Well, you can choose one of 4 callings. Now, basically, a calling is your overall class archetype. It doesn't technically cement you into a certain type of class. I'll go more into depth with that later, but right now, just know there are 4 different types. It's warrior, rogue, mage, or cleric. Now, I can't actually say what each of them does because each of them has separate, roles that they can do in combat. So instead, I'll just say what they can't do. Mage can't tank. Cleric can't, Cleric can do everything. Rogue can't main heal, I guess. They can heal, but they can't main heal. They're more of a support healer. And warriors can't heal at all. They can do, like, everything else. So, basically, you choose one of those 4 callings, and then each calling has 9 souls that you choose from. Okay, now here's the warrior souls. You got Paladin, Warlord, Reaver, which are the 3 I have equipped right now. Then you have these ones over here, including 1 PvP soul, which you unlock through PvP, which is player versus player, if you weren't aware. And it's not necessary unless you're really into PvP and you plan on doing a lot of it. I mean, they have their uses in PvE, I guess. I'm not entirely positive on that, gonna be completely honest, but I don't know. You can unlock it if you want. But basically, at any given time, you have roles. And roles are sets of 3 souls at a time that you have equipped. And you can get every single ability that you unlock, of course, from any of the 3 souls at any given time. There's no, like, there's no such thing as a primary or secondary or tertiary or blah 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 soul. Right? Tertiary. Excuse me. So you got the 3 souls that you can completely manipulate and just put into that role. You could have up to 4 roles at one time. I have 3 unlocked right now. You basically buy role slots with Platinum, which is this game's currency. So you have your 3 souls. Right now I'm a paladin. I'm a tank. Paladin is basically the warrior's main tank class. I mean, Reaver is also a tank, Warlord's a tank. Like, they're all tanks. They work in conjunction with each other to create the tank role in a group. So I've got Paladin and then I got Reaver. Like, right now I use my Paladin tree. Like, when I block attacks, I deal damage and then heal for whatever damage I do. And stuff like that, like normal tanky stuff. Then Reaver, basically what Reaver does is you apply damage over time abilities on your enemies. And those damage over time abilities, after upgrading into your tree a little bit, which I have not done yet, you basically can heal from these damage over time abilities and upgrade that later down the tree. So that's pretty useful overall. And then Warlord just is like, it buffs, and I only use it for the block and armor buffs in the tree, but you can do so much stuff with these souls, and you can configure them however you want to adjust to your play style. I mean, and watch how easy it is to switch between roles. You can do it whenever the fuck you want. There's no limitation. As long as you aren't fighting something and you aren't in active combat, watch this. It's so fucking simple. Press a button. Boom. I just changed to my damage dealing souls. Champion, Beastmaster, Riftblade. Obviously, I don't want to use a sword and shield on damage dealing, so basically what I do is I carry around my 2-handed weapon for switching. That looks pretty badass if you ask me. But for right now, I'm going to switch back to Paladin, but first I saw that I have some points to spend. Damn. Do I want this? I don't know, but I'm going to get it anyway. Let's see. Sure. And there we go. It's that simple. You spend points, and boom. You got abilities. Good shit, right? Anyway, going back to Paladin. So basically that's a class system. You can augment it to whatever your playstyle requires. I mean, you can be a warrior that has ranged attacks with the Riftblade, or you can be a warrior that tanks, or a warrior that deals damage with a cat pet that can heal itself and take shits everywhere. It's all up to you. I mean, you could do a little research into it and find out exactly what you want, or you can just pick a calling and play around with it. I mean, obviously don't pick a fucking warrior if you want to be a healer. Go ahead with cleric or mage, or I guess bard if you don't want a main heal, but you know, but there you go. That's basically all there is to it. Like, it's very in depth. Like, I'm downplaying it a lot. I'm not very good at this, but it's very difficult to explain the praises of the system in depth. So just take it for what it is. It's a really fully customizable class system. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of combat. Right now I'm killing cats and harpies, these bird-looking motherfuckers, for their hides and their feathers for some reason. Some guy named Moose wants it, so, you know, can't let a brother down. We gotta help the guy, so let's do it. Boosh! Now, basically, the combat works similarly to most MMOs out there. You get your little action bars on the bottom, which you can add more or less of. You start out with one, and then you can add all these ones, like I just added these. That's another thing I'll show you before I end the video. The UI is completely customizable as well. So yeah, basically combat's that simple. You just use your abilities and, you know, smart way. You get your little rotations going and you kill shit with them. Pointy sticks. That's all there is to it. There's no other way to explain it. Gotta work with what's best for you and what's best for your class at the time. Like right now, since I'm not tanking, technically I should be using my damaging guy, but I like the paladin for solo too, simply because of the survivability and the fact that I almost never die. But yeah, let me show you the UI. Basically, you go here, edit layout. You can move every single window. Everything. I can move my quests around, I can put them anywhere, I can do anything. And then you got your ability bars, they're all movable. Everything, anything you see on this screen right now can be moved. Everything. It can be resized, it can be see-through. Whatever you want, you can do. And then you got settings, and you go in here, you go to interface, action bars, and could add more or less action bars. Obviously, there's a fuck ton of them, and I don't think anyone ever needs, like, 7 fucking action bars on their bottom of their screen, but whatever. And then you can create and edit your chat windows to have any channel you want, tell you what loot you got, change the color, change the font size, everything. The options are limitless. Like, you can turn this game into whatever the fuck you want to turn it into. Well, the UI anyway. I mean, this isn't Little Big Planet. You're not going to be making an FPS or anything like that. It's not like you're augmented. I worded that wrong. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The basics anyway. If there's anything else anyone wants to know, you can leave a comment in the messages boxes and send me PRMs and basic Kari. That is basically what's happening. Oh yeah, give me your thoughts. This was basically only for giving you a little bit of a basis on whether or not you would want to play this game. And personally, I think it's fucking fantastic. Like, this game, keep in mind, came out, I think it's 3 weeks ago today? If that? I don't even know. I think maybe 1 week. The official launch was just over a week ago. But the head start was out for a week before that, so I guess like 2 weeks or so. The game's been out, and it is so stable. The developers are just there. They talk. It is just great customer service. I can't sing the praises of Trion any more than you just can't get. It's just really difficult to say how awesome they are. And I'm not even a fanboy. It's only been out for 2 weeks. It's impossible to be a fanboy for a game that's been out for 2 fucking weeks. I mean, come on. But, you know, if you're from competing MMOs, like, what's the problem? I mean, what? You can't play 2 games? Come on. What's the problem here? Fucking kidding me? I'd rather shit fucking a shit full of razor blades than fucking not play Rift, because it is just that great. It's that fucking wonderful. Okay, maybe it's not that good, but it is in mortal boundaries of not taking shits with razor blades. In the realm of games, it's pretty much the most polished, the most stable, the best MMO launch I've ever seen. There's leagues and leagues of content for it from day one. And there's already patches and content and stuff like that that's been announced that's coming out that they've been working on since before the game even came out. Alright? So they've been working on the future of the game before they even released the game. You tell me, alright? Tell me that's not awesome fucking service. So yeah, the game's great. This was just a little introductory video for people that might want to play the game and don't know exactly what it's all about. Hopefully this shed a little bit of light on it for you. I mean, I wasn't totally amazingly descriptive as shit, but, you know, if you have questions, like I said, let me know down in the comments below. And, yeah, expect more Rift videos, expect more Dead Space videos, completely unrelated to this, but apparently people still want them. So, whatever, I'll do that. I haven't played Dead Space in fucking ages. But you didn't come here for Dead Space, you came here for Rift. So expect more Rift videos as well, doing more exciting stuff than killing random cats and birds and talking about the class system. So yeah. Bye.